Good afternoon, students. Please read the article first, then listen to my questions. Remember to pause the audio before speaking your own answer aloud. If you want, you can also write your answers to the questions. Please print, font size 14, bring to class and I will check for you. So today we're going to talk about the closure of schools in Chicago. Question number 1. How many schools are the authorities intending to close? Pause the audio before giving your answer. The answer is they are planning to close 54 schools. Question 2. They give 3 reasons for the closure of the schools. Can you describe them in your own words? Pause the audio. Well, firstly, they do not have enough students for the schools. They say that many desks are empty. Secondly, they also point out that the cost of maintaining the schools is high. And lastly, they suggest that the academic performance of the schools is not very competitive. Question 3. They mention some financial figures. For example, they point out that closing the schools will save approximately how much money per year? Pause the audio. Closing the schools, they estimate, will save approximately $43 million per annum. Question 4. In your own opinion, do you think that financial factors are the most important criteria to use when deciding whether or not to close a school? Well, I think it depends on whether the school is private or government. I think government schools have a duty to provide free or relatively free education for everybody, so they should not be unduly influenced by financial factors. Private schools, on the other hand, are profit-making institutions and therefore should pay regard to finances. The article talks about the feelings and response of the teachers' unions. Tell me how the teachers' unions feel about the closures and whether you think their response is justifiable. The teachers' unions are obviously very angry about the closure of the schools. Obviously, because they support teachers and in particular teachers' jobs. So they will not be at all happy that schools are closing, which may mean the loss of jobs for teachers. In regard to the justifiability of their response, I think we must remember that they are principally concerned with protecting teachers, therefore are not a neutral party in this situation. Question 6. Some mention is made of blacks in these areas. Is the closure of the schools something to do with racism? I don't believe the closure is to do with racism. Even though the schools are mostly in black areas, the article shows that the main reason that it is schools in black areas which are being closed is because many of the aspiring middle-class blacks have been moving away from these areas to more middle-class areas, which has left the the poor areas with a shortage of students. And last question, number 8. They mention gangs in this article. Can you tell me the relevance of gangs to this situation? It suggests that school children crossing gang lines, which means moving through different neighborhoods who have different gangs, may be dangerous. Therefore, a student living in one neighborhood, for example, may encounter danger if they go to a school in another area. Thank you for listening, students, and don't forget, if you want to write your replies, your answers to any of these questions, please print font size 14, bring to class, and I will check for you. Thank you, goodbye.